यशोदानंदन व्रज जन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमराज गचर्य स्तोत्र से श्रीमद भक्त सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की all glories to all glories to all glories Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada की नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ज्ञानवृन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्म पदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं वर्जनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर शिवसती गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नाम नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे विशेष पश्चात दिशतारणे हुकुम करते वाचालम मंगलंगाय ते गिरे मित्रपात्र शिग्रहणतारण परमान श्री जगदीश्वर right? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm being 30th. Yes. Huh? केवलेन हि अधर्मेण केवलेन ह्यधर्मेण केवलेन ह्यधर्मेण कुटुम्बाभरणोत्सुकः कुटुम्बाभरणोत्सुकः याति जीवोन्दतामिश्रम् याति जीवोन्दतामिश्रम् चरमं तमसः पदम् चरमं तमसः पदम्
केवलेन धर्मेण जीवो अंधमित्रं चरमं तमसः पदम् केवलेन धर्मेण कुटुम्बभरणोत्सुकः याति जीवोऽन्धकामिश्रम् शरमं तमसः पदम्
केवलेन हि अधर्मेण
केवलेन simply he certainly adharmena by religious activities kutumba family bharana to maintain utsukaha eager yati goes jivaha a person andhatamisram to andhatamisra charmam ultimate tamasaha of darkness padam reach. Translation. Therefore, a person who is very eager to maintain his family and kinsmen simply by black methods certainly goes to the darkest region of hell, which is known as Andhatamisra. Purport. These words by His Divine Grace Prabhupada ki jai. These words in this verse are very significant. Kevalena means only by black methods. Adharmena means unrighteous or irreligious. And Kutumba Bharana means family maintenance. Maintaining one's family is certainly the duty of a householder. But one should be eager to earn his livelihood by the prescribed method. As stated in scriptures, in Bhagavad Gita, it is described that the Lord has divided the social system into 4 classifications of castes or varnas according to the quality and work. Apart from Bhagavad Gita, in every society, a man is known according to his quality and work. For example, when a man is constructing wooden furniture, he is called a carpenter. And a man who works with an anvil and iron is called a blacksmith. Similarly, a man who is engaged in the medical or engineering fields has a particular duty and a designation. All these human activities have been divided by the Supreme Lord into 4 varnas, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In Bhagavad Gita and in other Vedic literatures, the specific duties of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra are mentioned. One should work honestly according to his qualification. He should not earn his livelihood unfairly by means for which he is not qualified. If a Brahmana who works as a priest so that he may enlighten his followers, if a Brahmana who works as a priest so that he may enlighten his followers with the spiritual way of life is not qualified as a priest, then he is cheating the public. Hare Krishna. One should not earn by such unfair means. The same is applicable to a Kshatriya or to a Vaishya. It is especially mentioned that the means of livelihood of those who are trying to advance in Krishna consciousness must be very fair and uncomplicated. Here it is mentioned that he who earns his livelihood by unfair means, kevalina, is sent to the darkest hellish region. Otherwise, if one maintains his family by prescribed methods and honest means, there is no objection to one's being a family man. Hare Krishna. I not have any qualification or have any realization. I seek the blessings of all of you, so that whatever I heard and read, I'll try to repeat. As trying to be as your humble servant. This chapter is very scary actually, but that is a reality, you know. One lecture I heard where it said most of the people you know, they end up going to hell. That is a statement made by one of the senior sannyasis of ISKCON actually. And then he also made a statement. If you are sincere, there is a pause. Genuinely sincere, then you will never get to see Yamaraj. These two statements, probably 10-15 years ago I heard, and they were etched in my mind. So today, what is Kali Yuga? Whatever is illegal, whatever is unrighteous, irreligious is legal. No, it's made. Government makes it legal, and families make it legal. And actually, it's a very instructive verse. I really do not know whether I can do the justification or not, but yesterday Shyam Kishore was speaking. I want to, these are all connected verses actually. He alone goes to the darkest regions of hell after quitting the present body, and the money acquired by envying other living entities is the passage money with which he leaves the world. The money you have earned wrongly, that will be your pathway to go to hell. That is like day for yesterday. Yesterday, because by the arrangement of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the maintainer of kinsmen is put into hellish condition to suffer for his sinful activities, like a man who has lost his wealth. And today's verse is this. So, actually, this is the last but one verse of the chapter. I said last week, anything that we cannot take it, first of all, we don't believe it. Second thing, even if we believe it, we are 100% sure it will not happen to us. The third thing, if we have a feeling we'll end up in it, mind makes us forget. How many of you have experienced mind told the suffering you went through? You don't remember that. But mind always reminds you the happiness of illegal or legal activities. Just go and tell, hey, you're nonsense number one. So this activity, if I do again, I'll go to hell. Mind says, I don't care. Why? I want only happiness. You can go to hell. Actually, mind is actually a person, and mind is actually a direct representation of Maya. In that way, all these are given to, they're all manifestation of the material energy, no doubt. But we have a police, buddhi. And very important today's verse is, he is talking about Varnashram Dharma. Vedic culture is Varnashram Dharma actually. Just give me 1 minute. Varnashram Dharma, Srila Prabhupada came to America. One reporter asked Srila Prabhupada, why are you bringing this caste system to America? America is actually casteless society. Srila Prabhupada said, I'm bringing casteless society to America. And Prabhupada said, actually one devotee, Prabhupada disciple said this. People say in America is a casteless society. That is not true. Because in the church, if you're rich, you'll enter through the front door and you can sit in the front. If you're poor, you'll enter through the back door because you have to sit in the back. So there is a discrimination. You know? So America does have, America also discriminates. So, but Prabhupada said, no, I want to bring a casteless society. Can you believe? Even, actually, what is that? Krishna's creation, how wonderful it is. You need gradations, you need grades. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra is purely based on 3 modes. Who is in goodness? Brahmana. A person takes birth in Brahmin family, but doesn't possess the qualities of Brahmana. He is a Brahma Bandhu, Dvija Bandhu. And second thing is Kshatriya. Means, who has this ability of protecting the Kshat means hurt. Kshatriya means one who protects his subjects from being hurt. And Vaishya, Bhagavad Gita is mentioned, Krishiko Raksha Vanijam, Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam. Person who does the farming and Goraksha, cow protection and agriculture is Vaishya. So Kshatriya is in passion, Vaishya is a combination of passion and ignorance, and Sudra is a Tamoguna, ignorance. Kalau Shudra Sambhava, Kaligo, every reason is Shudra. Who is a Shudra? A person who is absorbed in bodily consciousness is Shudra. A person is coming to give class and I want to make sure I am decorated nicely, whether man or woman. It means they are not living up to the expectations. Who is a Shudra? Who unnecessarily laments. Who unnecessarily laments. Actually, Bhakti Swami said one time, Prabhupada time, people were not taking Brahman initiation. Prabhupada would out of 1,000 people, only 4 or 5 people. Today, everyone Brahman initiation. Why? You go on the altar and you bless me. I should go on the altar and bless you. And you come and say, I decorate deities nicely. You decorate deities, I will decorate nicely. I want that feeling. Holy name can take you back to Godhead. Actually, what takes you back to Godhead is holy name. This deity worship only accelerates that. But today, what is our consciousness? You have undergrad, you have bachelors, I have masters. You're always below me only. Same thing applies here also. You're Brahmin initiated, Harinam initiated. I'm Brahmin initiated. I dress the deities 3 days. You dress only 1 day. You're this much less. So it is always, what is Manomaya platform? Compare, complain, criticize. And as last time I said, it is mind in the front, back is ego. And what is that false ego? What is that? I am this body. Fully bodily consciousness means Shudra. Shudra means unnecessary laments. One time, as well as Radhana Swami, in a room of 30 people, he looked like this. Making eye contact with everyone in the 30 people. He said, you all will be tested, he said. You all will be tested. And if you're not tested, it is a surprise, he said. If you are not tested, it is a surprise. But every minute Maya will test you. I never said this, but I'll tell you. One day I was cutting the wood. How much precision with which the Maya works. I was cutting the wood. And Then what I did, there's a big log. I cut the wood. Then so many ants started coming. Please listen carefully. Nature knew I didn't know that. I didn't get the reaction. So many ants came, 1 or 2 ants might have died. But seeing that, again, I'm not, so what is my consciousness? I'm not hitting on the whole where ants are coming, but I'm hitting on this little bit side. And I hit like that. Less than 5 seconds, my finger was cut. Hey, you have no right to kill somebody as other ants. You know, the second shot only, one small wood came and this is the precision with nature works. People do not know this. I can give you many more examples. How many of you want to hear? When you are in ignorance, there is some excuse. What is Shudra? Shudra means bodily consciousness. What is bodily consciousness? What are the other qualities that will come? Envy, greed, and all the 6, 7 qualities. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya. One day, one mother came. I will not tell them, definitely not a Detroit temple or this temple, 15 years ago. And son is very good, chanting 16 rounds. So mother came to see the son. I said, either, there are only 2 things, either get him married or, he'll join full time. So, yeah, I came to America only to, find some matches. Actually, I'm a little hesitant to tell in the temple environment. And then I will not tell. But standing in front of deities, or the request she made that type of request actually. If you can ask me, I can tell outside when it's very, the moment she said, that type of request you make, envy. And she's making that type of request to deities. You can't believe. Daughter-in-law came later. And this mother cannot go to their home. Cannot go to the home. This mother comes, she has affection. Oh, son is like a very gentle soul. Somehow, actually it's always happens, mother-in-law or son, mother or wife. I think he comes and sees her, she comes to somebody's home. I really want to tell her, you should not have prayed like that. So my point is, these are all the qualifications, especially if you're educated. If you're educated, you'll pick up confidence actually. If you're illiterate, you have a little fear. But if you're educated, you'll make it legal because you can speak English now. You can deal with everyone now. Both men and women are like that only. Not knowing what is waiting for them. When we try to enjoy independent of Krishna, where is our suffering coming from? When we try to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are sowing a seed of suffering. There and then, trust me, all these diseases are not coming from anywhere. They are directly coming from us. When we try to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are sowing a seed of suffering. But in every suffering, there is a seed of blessing. Because you go through so much pain, you don't see what the blessing is actually. If you a little bit turn and see what this blessing is, wow, you'll treasure the blessing. Because most of the time we are so much overwhelmed by the suffering, we don't see the tiny blessing. So, what is that? Today, actually in America, 20 years ago, the moment you do masters, you'll get the job. I would preach in Carnegie Mellon University. 28 PhD students. I would tell how many 28 PhD students come to my program. One day that year you're telling this, but as soon as the class is over, they'll go away. Why? Hey, this Carnegie Mellon University, whether America is in decision or not, you'll get the job. They don't want to stay with you. Eat and go. We focus only on tiny things. So they'll get benefit. Eat and go. One time I mentioned this. Damodararthi, I do it, I'll get benefit. 3 circles, 1 benefit. 4 circles, 7 1 benefit. 4 to 3 7 one time is 1 benefit. 2 times 4 to 7 some more benefit. But you should not listen to the class. इसमें इतना फायदा नहीं है. अरे real thing is class only. The next thing is control your mind and senses. You'll make more benefit. People don't understand because they don't read Gita. How many of you really want to make progress? Second chapter, 52nd verse, Arjuna asks a question, 52nd and 53rd, and read the rest of the verses, apply in your life. But today, second chapter, Bhagavatam. If not Bhagavatam, 10th canto, Sharartha Darshani, by Vishwanath Chakravarti. If not Vishwanath Chakravarti, Chaitanya Charitamrita combination. Bhagavad Gita, कब से खत्म हो गया भगवद गीता देखने के नहीं. If not Sanatana Goswami sir, this is my tippani. Rupa Goswami sir, all hi-fi only. I come to second chapter and read these verses. Recently we read with Brahmacharis. I said, it is exactly for me like going back and reading the ABCDs. Why did I leave this? When I go and give the class quoting Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and this, everyone will be understood. I am very advanced. You want, what is Kali Yuga? You want money? So you want happiness? Krishna comes and asks, you want, let us not keep Krishna because it's transcendental. One demigod comes and you want happiness? Comes and asks, you want happiness? Or you want Tesla car, Bangla, to show others you're happy? 99 out of 100 they say we want Tesla car and Bangla to show others we are happy, though we are miserable. That is a Shudra mentality. What is that? Even brahmacharis, you should not touch them, fire. Until such time, humble only. The moment you scrape the external layers, thoda bhi. So, and this starts at the what age? 3 to 4-year-old, that starts. Why? These are all Kali Yuga products. This is true with the devotees. I'm not talking about because I don't deal with outsiders, I'm honest with you. I really do not know what happens. I wrote this book. This professor is my face. I said, look, I don't know. Though I'm living in America, I have no idea what happens, please. So the point is, he's the one who guides me actually. So the point is, why I said this carnival an example? Hey, that time, as I see years progress, the minimums are made difficult. I saw this 2014 onwards. People doing masters don't get the job. Struggle after paying this much thing. I said, Arya, Kali is working here also. So when the minimums are made difficult, your focus goes on earning only. And you'd hold on to that job. When you have free time, you'll go to the temple. Or when you're in trouble, you'll go to temple, fill your lungs with one breath and go. Because, hey, you're miserable. You're frustrated. First time I learned this. It's going to change. I was in New York City. I went to a rich program. First time I saw richness in New York. And there was like a very unwanted element there, cockroach. Nobody was looking, all the Indians were looking at me like, hey, why is he here? But suddenly from nowhere, one lady came. She brought her husband. Trust me, he must be an ambassador. that level. My husband is going through stress. Can you please help him? Yeah, come to 7 sessions and we'll teach you 7 sessions, 7 weeks. You're not the body. Hey, I don't have a product. I have 7 sessions only. Whether you're going through wife and husband relation problem or where you're going through mental problem, stress problem, I have 7 sessions. Hey, I don't want 7 sessions. I want to be stress free. I don't want 7 sessions. I want to repair my relationship with my son or husband or wife, whatever. First time I realized how ISKCON is far away from reality. You're all worshipable because you've gone very far. But the reality is different. Shudra means what? I'm this body. I don't need Krishna. Or if I need Krishna, I need Krishna only to solve my problem. Repair my relation with my wife, then I'll be happy anyway. To what extent you are drowned in the ocean of consciousness in this materialism? Bhagavatam is telling either Krishna is wrong or you are wrong. The Khalayam Ashashvatam, it took 20 years for me to digest. There is no happiness in this world. But Maya says there is some happiness too. Every boyfriend thinks my girlfriend will not leave me. 70% of marriages are divorced, but it will not happen to me. That's how Maya works. Wow. So the point is, those of you sincere, genuinely sincere, you have to hold on to the bead bag tightly. I have a friend in Beth Israel, this hospital. Without exception, every person complained about Yamadutta only. They don't know it is Yamadutta. One lady said, what is this? I have dedicated my life to the mission of Christ. I'm genuine. Why these people are coming to me? They are telling me they'll take me. Just you're watching for or your affiliation to Jesus Christ, but you can eat meat, you can all these things. It doesn't work like that. Maybe it will benefit the church. That's why proper Lord line. A Brahmana who cannot cultivate others is not a Brahmana at all. One day I went and told one Mataji, I love you, Mataji. She's like my mother's age. But if you really ask me, I resign as a head Shari. Suddenly I think, 4:30, why conch didn't ring? I didn't hear the conch. 4:35 I went, so I go into the temple hall. Lord is not woken up. That Pujari didn't come. This Mataji, she stays at home. It happened many times. Being present, I was there in the temple. We should not speak about churches. It's true with ISKCON also. What is reality? What is Kali Yuga? We are interested in externals. Ram Rai Prabhu told me, what is making me famous? Kirtan. Indians are intelligent, number one in the world. Okay, pick up the harmonium. Okay, I'll learn 3 tunes. I'll practice. You ask how many rounds you chant? Once in a while, 2 rounds. Yeah. We chant once in a while, 2 rounds. Yeah, because I feel good. I make others feel good. Means there is no real stuff in this. How many of you understand? End result is not great. When we try to enjoy Krishna independently, we are sowing a seed of suffering. But in every suffering, there is a seed of a blessing. Sometimes I understand, what is this mind? What is it consciousness? Trust me. Many of us, our name is prefixed with so many things. I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm IIT, I'm an IIT, that, this. I. It's very difficult to erase it. It takes a long time to erase it. It takes very long time to erase it. To the extent you go deeper into that mental consciousness, that much extent it is difficult to come out. And for some cases, you may be honest, but your bosses are not honest. You're working for somebody whose goal of life is breaking four related principles, then you'll get karma too. Because it's collective karma. So what should I do? Make your home temple Monday to Friday. Make a temple your home in the weekends. Then actually Gaur Maharaj said this, and I have video, and one time I showed also Gaur Maharaj's class, and Bhakti Rasman crying. How many of us cry? I don't cry. Why? Holy name. I can listen to holy name now after 20 years. Then one day I listen the class. Do you think you have become a pure devotee because you are listening all the Hare Krishna mantras? That's a great achievement. It's like you stand in the queue, like after, what is it? Spirit Airlines, 100 people are standing, finally reach the counter. And they say, Prabhuji, where is your ID? Hey, I forgot my ID there in that bag. Go and bring it. It is like, again you come back to, okay, once you come back, there are 100 people again. One should not, at the age of 60, 70, or here I am starting ABCDs, one should not think like that. That's why many gurus, they don't do seminars on the holy name. Why? Apply Trunada Pishnich, even if you don't focus, Krishna is happy. Samsiddhir Haritosham. All the techniques, okay, techniques, it means you're sincere. Samsiddhir Haritosham. Is Krishna pleased or not? It is not an international society for Krishna activity, international society for Krishna consciousness. And you'll be tested. Our purification doesn't come through our glorification. Where there is a pain of Maya will put finger there. I want to write a book. How to make mind my friend. I can tell continuously. Wow. I'll tell you if you want 2-3 points. How many of you want to hear how to make mind friend? The moment mind says first thought. Actually, I love to show this. Last time I showed, I'm repeating again. Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Sattvagun, everyone right now, Sattva. Yeah, the doors are open, knowledge is flowing in. And mind is, to the extent you're devotional, that much extent, mind is subdued, and you're focusing on whatever is coming in. Not it'll come like this, consciousness. No, it's nose dives. First it starts with thought. To make mind friend, there you identify the emotion, but don't identify with the emotion. Because there's little time and gap. I could see after a long time actually. Here when it is there, a lusty thought, mind is present lusty thought, and immediately, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You have to somehow or other focus your consciousness as something other than this thought. Whether it is lust, greed, envy, anger, pride. Okay, this is mind is telling you love this, Prabhu. Or you can focus that time on your children. Problem, your health issue. But change it immediately. If you do like this, mind is your friend. Mind keeps on showing. Somebody comes and touches your feet. Mind says in the mind, and in your mind says, Mere sapnam ki Hey, you're not, mind says they're taking blessings from you, but you're not a pure devotee yet. So, then you'll create a life known to devotees, you'll create a life unknown to devotees. That will create hypocrisy. What is a Vaishnava? What is Saralata? Simplicity means no duplicity. One day I realized this. I am fallen. Fully fallen. So you don't need to come to me. If you understand what I am, then you will not even look at me. That's okay. Then you want to come to still, I have no problem. So then what happens? You start with the area 0. That's fantastic. But we are at -10. We think we are +10. That's the problem. We are not +10. Means it takes very long time to come back. Everyone has to start from scratch only. Only what is it we are losing? Time. We are not what others think of us. We are what we know more than that what Paramatma knows. I mean, I cannot forget this. One day, one child is missing. Child, I said, no, wait, we'll find out. 2 times it happened. The child will come. And I said, look, you're listening all to the classes. I know, I also love your child. We'll find out. Then I said, your classes, all these things you listened. These are only to face the tests. One devotee called. Actually, Govind Prabhu was in America visiting first time. He called, the Prabhu called. Prabhuji, what can I tell you? Yesterday results came. This Raj was, I forgot her name. She was confirmed with cancer. Oh, really? 5-year-old? Please pray for her. But anyway, at the end, I think, Prabhu, listen, everyone listen. I think, Prabhuji, this material world is like that. Dukkhale masashvatam. What can I can understand. But by the way, how is your preaching going on? Oh, wow, that Prabhu changed his consciousness in 5 minutes. His daughter is going through suffering with cancer at the age of 5. But he understood. See what a consciousness, because he attended the classes and he imbibed her consciousness. He's telling, Prabhuji, oh, how is your preaching going on? How is, how you are able to tolerate cold there? I said, wow. I was just listening because he was on speaker. So the point is, first thing I can tell, I already told the point. One has to be sincere, genuinely sincere. Children will go and they'll find their jobs like you did. You're away from your parents. And hold on to Krishna sincerely. Pankajangri Prabhu, before leaving the world, he said, ISKCON devotees, more or less everyone will go back to God. He said that. Pankajangri Prabhu said that. One may take one extra lifetime, few lifetimes, but everyone will go back. He said that. That's a great news, actually. So, we are fortunate, that we have come to this moment, Srila Prabhupada's grace, Lord Chaitanya's grace. What is, Kola Sridhar? It's Glamour Brahmachari is a Brahmachari. Kola Sridhar, we don't know anything about him. He didn't even care for the ashram. Wow. He didn't even like Ayendra Prabhu actually. Somebody would ask Ayendra Prabhu, what is your status? Brahmastha Vanyasi. Means Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. So he added all these words and he said Brahmastha Vanyasi. He'll wear a very different, 2008 I was in Krishna Mallan temple. He was wearing, yeah. Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, they never took any saffron at all. Yesterday, you can't believe when Mataji called and loaded me with the problems in India. I said, look, nobody gives any value in America, to brahmacharis. They think it's a Halloween costume, saffron. He said, India is not like that. I said, no. So anyway, the point is, so the point is, what is that? In this world, if this much is there, this much is, glorified or expanded. So the point is, let us be honest. Let us be honest and stick to what we are doing. Lead a life for the pleasure of Krishna. Start from 0 is perfect, but we have to start. Otherwise, I'm honest with you. I'm now ever since my body changed only 2 years ago. I'm worried now, you know. But at the same time, okay, I have a hope that I'm holding on to the bead bag, holding on to the process. I want to be sincere, pause genuinely sincere, so that I am able to please Srila Prabhupada. You know, so more than externals, internals, their internals are important actually. You know, what is that? Shivananda saying, Grasta. Today nobody joins full time, you know. 3 times terrible to all the universities and our education we studied. Vidyara Vilase. What is Vidyara Vilase? It's not when Bhaktivinoda Thakur is mentioning, I stayed all these years. Now I want to focus at the end of my life on Krishna. But all the education, all these things I studied, it's coming and bothering me. It's like a burden of ass. Most of the people, what they study is totally different from what they work for. It's just a unwanted thing in the brain. And also, these governments also, they don't know what to do. Hey, why should I study about in my childhood when London got independence and when they signed Magna Carta? Why should I study about Africa when I don't even know, when I will not even visit Africa? No, if a student has to study, so load. And for how many years? 16 years, 18 years. I asked one doctor, is he still studying at the age of 40? Hey, still studying at the age of 40. No one knows whether 15 years is left or what. How many of you seen crocodile? Biggest part of the crocodile is mouth only. This much mouth. So likewise, so if you know what is it, Paramatma or Yamaraj asks, what is that biggest part in your life? Education. I studied till 45 years. For what? Just even if you're Elon Musk, the moment you touch 50 or 60, intestines will give trouble. And that time worry starts, I wasted my life. Jayanand Garam was laughing at me. So, but with this much thing, such a deep-rooted, university is telling Monday to Friday, 8 hours, you're this body, make money, you'll be happy. In my childhood, debate competition, we study for knowledge, that's what we taught. And we only study for knowledge. After paying 40 lakh rupees or $100,000, you want to make more money. Parents are fully okay with that. We want our children to go to ISKCON Sunday school so that they will not pick up problems, so that they'll become doctors. But son says, I want to join full time. Definitely not. You are going to temple is only to make you a qualified engineer or doctor. You should not join full time. But this will continue. This will push me in cycle of birth and death. No problem. When Prabhu called me a real story from this congregation only. I want to come back to India. At that time, my visa was problem. I went back to India. I said, if you have problem, come back. But my parents are telling, because you're in America, we have a lot of reputation in India, in the relative circles. You stay there only. Real story. But he said, I have to beg. Begging in America is much better than being a manager in India. Boston, so beg in Boston? That's great. What is a manager in Chennai? What does your son do? Boston में भीख मांगते हैं. What an illusion, huh? Hey, you're 60 plus years, you don't realize your sons, even if they send money in less than few years, you'll be no more. I was 16, my father died. 18, my uncle died at the age of 33. Maybe one of those are the impetuses why I joined full time actually. One day I became 30, my age uncle died, I told my brother, look, you're 50. This I told 10 years ago. Father died at the age of 45, you're already 55. Where is that seriousness? Indians, they will never touch the money. Even $1 billion is there, they lead life of a beggar. Serious, usko touch nahi karne ka. And you make money, 70% money savings only. 1 billion every annual, 100,000. 1 billion, 200,000. There is some happiness. I don't know what it is. Never touch it. And again worry only. ज़्यादा इतना नहीं कमा नहीं पा रहा हूँ. Arey, take and you just lust of the life. You don't need to work also. No, don't touch it. 10 generations later, this boy, what he will do? Porsche car at the age of 16. And wherever you are, you'll get that karma only. You know, Gandhi mentions this in like my experiments with the Truth book actually. Indians don't spend money. And they don't touch also. Empire should be built, you know, always see. They go, whenever there is a problem, just look down. Feel cool. That's it. Arey, what is, you know, one day one guy, you know what he did? He's a bag of gold coins. He converted that into gold. Those days, if you won gold coin, great. This guy had a bag of gold coins. He converted everything into money. And he buried under the tree. And every day he would see, because if he keeps at home, his wife would spend. That is worry. One day, he went and he dug it and he took it back. He got his, that, what is it called? Pouch? Anyway, bag, sash, whatever, sack, okay. Then he opened it. Instead of gold coins, stones were there. One guy saw that. What he did, he took everything and he filled that with the stones. He started crying. One sadhu came. Why are you crying? Everything is lost. What difference does it make? Every day you see this and be happy. You're not using it. Utility is the value. What is the real value? Utility. One day actually I opened my passbook. I'm honest with you. This is one reason I joined full time. Literally, many days I thought, 98, 99, 2 handfuls of rice. Only one vegetable. You know, like this brinjal is this much, right? 2 handfuls of rice, 2 handfuls of dal, and 1 vegetable, cut and mix it. 15 minutes it's cooked, I take it office. Many times I have to work this much. I have to slog like a donkey for this food. Literally. That's what we do. Still, of course, when the children come, dynamics changes, there's a different thing. Anyway, I'm done. My point is, let us become serious for the pleasure of Krishna. And if every one of you every one of you make a temple as your home in the weekends and talk to every guy and give them prasad, do book distribution, understanding very well children will not come with you, or the assets will not come with you. Nobody comes with you. This temple will change. Whenever somebody shows me extra affection, this is my father. Because my father showed a lot of affection. But I can never see him. Because either in 3 modes, he must have purified himself better or gone down. If he has gone down, then different form. Or purified himself more, different form. I cannot recognize. Because what I'm seeing here is not your Swarupa anyway. It's not permanent anyway. In case you don't go back to Godhead, next lifetime, some will become woman, some will become man. Or some even, of course, animals. If we become serious, sincere, for the pleasure of Krishna, let him decide when and where and how he will take us. That's up to him. Thank you very much. Please forgive me if I spoken anything wrong. Grateful for your patient audience. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Come on.
You mentioned about the Varnashram system, and we see a lot of emphasis is on an organization is putting into brahmacharya, that's putting and the congregations are more of restless. And then we have the sannyasi. There's a big gap in the manifestation. How, as an organization, When we come together to establish that so that more and more devotees feel basically what this is my correct me if I'm wrong. I feel there is a lot of insecurity. That's why we are accumulating even as devotees, we are making this arrangement. But as an organization, if we come and say, because just last week I had a Prabhupada disciple who reached out and she was sharing her pains up. They have sacrificed so much of their youth for this preaching. And because of that, the message that we took it, oh, let's accumulate and make ourselves safe. From that, we took it in a different way. As an organization, how we can make arrangements or make a thing that Vanaprastha is, we create a platform so that we are secure and we move towards that and our temples and our societies for that.
Thank you. Nice question. Vanaprastha is already happening in ISKCON. In our next door, closest is actually Drake's Crossing. Devotees are living there. Kali Yuga, children are not taking care of the mother. So Vanaprastha is not there. So what is the Vanaprastha today? Once children get their jobs and they go away, wife and husband move closer to temple and do service. With more regulation in their family life. I see this everywhere. I saw Houston again and again and again. Where the temples are not in downtowns, where there is insecurity, people won't move. But I'm seeing everywhere in America, the current trend is the wife and husband, the families are moving closer to the temple and with an intention to do service in the fag end of their lives. So the temple should be surrounded by devotees only. Because let me tell you, anything goes wrong, more than your children who are somewhere in California, the devotee next door will come and help you. So we should have that type of faith. We should depend on devotees. Whoever is next to you, they are your actually relative. Devotees are much better than relatives also, because devotees will deal with you for what you are, not what you have. That's why devotees are better. So it's already happening, and yes, actually family means you should make good money, because nobody gives you, no doubt. Comfort for a comfortable living, there's nothing wrong. But life is not about all the time work until the last day of life. That is also wrong. So there should be Vanaprastha, but where there is, as I said, what is the Vanaprastha of Kali Yuga? Wife and husband moving closer to temple in a very simple living. Actually temple also, rather than loading with so much of oil and fried that this should be very healthy, not for just tongue, but more for the body actually. What is his name? Veer Krishna Maharaj one time gave a seminar in Europe. How many of you want to know the name of the seminar? How many of you want to know the name of the seminar? Don't kill devotees. That is the name of the seminar. Serious. I'm serious. Ujjwal Bhakti Maharaj said, if you continuously eat a potato and tomato, you'll have health issues. Because acidity, first thing you have to give up is tomato. And then you have to find fault with me. But I tried my best. I said, hey, no, I have been having acidity for more than 18 years now. But I saw cook is also independent. I like this. Because I cook that way to Radha Gopji. But I said, that's not good for my health. But my health, it is good. Your health is not good. After telling 20 times, I give it up. Then I understood, how much independent you are. People say America is independent country, right? Freedom country, which is a country that enjoys the freedom the most in the world? Huh?
Yes.
Definitely not, bro. India and Indians. Wear the seatbelt. The only one person doesn't wear in the tank. When the announcement comes, Indians. Who drives on the shoulder? Indian. We have in their blood. So management says, don't know tomato. I don't care. I'll go otherwise. We are like that. then temple should change. Giving only healthy food, more than tongue, gut. It's there. That's what I meant. Any other comment? Yes, please.
And many years I tried to understand
Ah.
We say that these are the destination, and slowly our understanding evolved that these are also the mentality, like somebody Ashudra mentality, Vaishya mentality. So this pure devotional service, I mean, we are aspiring practice, the movement. Still, Prabhuji, we have a sloka, Janmana Jayate Sudha. Still, we found that mentality remains. So, is that function of the spirit, Prabhuji? Because it is Swabhava or this mentality still remain in our society that somebody wants to do, I mean, that Sudra mentality, Vaishya mentality, Kshatriya mentality. So, should we come out of that, or why we are discussing so much about Varna? I want to have that.
That's a nice point, Roshi. Vedic culture is actually Varnashram. Our culture is based on Varnashram. Varnashram Charavata Purushena Parkuman Vishnu Aradhyade Pantan Anya Tattvaskar, Vishnu Puran. So somebody by birth is the mode of ignorance. Somebody by birth is a combination of Raja and Tamo, Vaishya. Somebody by birth mode of passion dominant. Somebody by birth Sattva dominant. Prabhupada said these are there in every society, including America. There is a priestly class, there is a managerial class, there is a business class, and a working class. So why are we talking? These are inherent in us. If you read 14th chapter, these are, they are there in us, these Sattva-tamo Rajagunas. But there are gradations, levels. So that way you will fit into one of the four. You're understanding or not? So then, but Daivi Varnashram means wherever you are, whatever you are, you devote your propensity, you're a carpenter. Work for the pleasure of Krishna, that carpentry. Today more professions, no doubt, but most of them fall under Tamagun only, labor class only. When you work for somebody, you're a Shudra. But again, what is that? Your mind has a nature, your body also has a nature. Two things are there. Mind has a nature, body has a nature. You should be able to understand that. But the easiest thing is, rather than focusing there, just see your modes. Whatever is your, most of the people, let me tell you, Kalo Shudra Sambhava is truth, bodily consciousness. So, but wherever you are, Sthane Sthita Shtriyata Tanuan Manobir, stay where you are and do your sadhana. Sincerely, you will go back to what? Everyone has a choice. Prabhuji, Hanuman is not even a human being. Shabari is actually tribal. So likewise, but the bhakti is so powerful. I'm sure nobody asked us. I never asked anybody what's your caste. Why? Hey, you're practicing means you're a Vaishnava. Great. Vaishnava is not by birth, by activity. So means you have a Brahminical tendency in you. So what is that? Sanatana Goswami writes, bell metal. You come in contact with mercury, some process. And I forgot what metal will bring final gold. So likewise, whoever you are, iron, when you come in contact with Guru, he'll make you gold. Understanding or not? This process will make anyone Brahmana and finally take him to Vaishnava. For somebody it takes little more, for somebody it takes little less, but we all. So until such time, do your duty, but add Krishna to your life. I don't know whether it answered your question or not. The Swabhava is there, but have faith on Guru's instructions and just follow. Eventually, you'll attain the perfection of life. What do you think? Does it answer the question? I know.
Is that Swabhava related to a subtle body only, not spirit?
Yeah, spirit is Prabhuji, actually, I'll tell you. What is false ego? False ego means you identify with this body. Okay, finger is burning. Soul doesn't have experience. Soul doesn't burn. Second canto Bhagavatam. or you're experiencing pain. What is that? Some relationship problem, pain, or finger is cut. Ugh. Soul doesn't experience that. Who is experiencing? Okay, I'll give you example then. Then you'll understand. Project body is dead. Body cannot enjoy. So you bring a gulab jamun from Haldiram's, not Prasad. So you're enjoying. Spirit is spirit. Soul is spirit. Soul doesn't enjoy matter. Dead matter. Body is dead. Body cannot enjoy matter. Then who is enjoying? Ahankar. Second canto says that. What is Ahankar? You think you are this body. The pure spirit soul. This whole thing is this one point, bro. What is this whole thing? I think I'm this body. When you think like that, I'll tell you what is our suffering, our happiness. Moon is there, moon god, and he looks in the water, 90 million, 90,000 miles away. This water comes like this, and he sees the reflection. Ooh, my face becomes small. And what do you call it? Foolishness, is there no? And the water goes like this, stretching the moon's face. My face has become big. But the illusion is so intense, big. We are that much absorbed. Soul doesn't bring suffering or happiness. But it is our, like when after some time water stops and perfect circle. And now I am beautiful. Hey, you have nothing to do with the water. You're understanding or not? You know what is it called? Virtual reality? That's the word tadatmya. To the extent you're absorbed, that much extent you will. Anyone tried a virtual reality? First thing is, if you don't want to be affected, close your eyes and sleep. Then you'll see here, it's only moving 1 inch back and forth, up and down. That's it. But when you open your eyes, the train goes. This is a virtual reality. Radheshamra writes very nicely in his book. When the finger is cut, one signal is sent, the C fibers are burnt, a signal is sent, you have a pain, P-A-I-N. P-A-I-N word doesn't have pain in it. And in our see, actually, if anybody studies body, they'll become spiritual. Just because before our body is going to release acid, one signal is sent. You have hunger, H-U-N-G-E-R. H-U-N-G-E-R, hunger doesn't have hunger in it, but you think you're hungry. Wow. So next time you say, my C fibers are burnt, saying they're hungry. You don't like. Prabhuji, this is a, what is that? Illusory. This body is like that. But what is that verse? Anyway, second canto, Bhagavad Gita, actually, yantra. Body is a yantra, but do you think body is a yantra? I am this body. Raju, I'm finished. The body, what is that? Prabhuji, party. For somebody, salt is less, somebody, salt is more. You give like in India, coffee and tea, or in ISKCON, chai. Prabhuji, it's looking a little warm. Thand lag raha hai. I want a little hot. Shyam Kishore needs less warmth. I need more warmth. Means my Rajo is higher, the Rajo is less. Something like that. No, serious. The point is, to the extent you are absorbed in bodily consciousness, that much extent suffering goes. To the extent you detach yourself, that much extent happiness flows. Vairagya. That's why Krishna says, what is Krishna? Abhyasena kante vairagyena drishyate. Arey, who is the father, who is the mother? You sleep 8 hours, you don't even know who it is. Your son is sleeping next to you, you don't know, this is not my son. I don't even know who I am actually. Real thing is to become free from that truth. That's it. Real thing is not becoming GVC or Guru or anything. Real thing is become free from 3 moods. And it is not easy. I was telling the same Yatana Sarira. There you go and chant the holy name. Ya, no, na. No, ta. To the extent you're observed, why devotees don't go there? When you go there, I am not this body. It is all, but to the extent you are absorbed in that worldly consciousness, you will go suffer. To the extent you are not, you won't. But I'll tell you, I know people, they have a car like now Tesla, those days BMW. When a Tesla goes through accident, they end up in hospital. How can my Tesla meet with an accident? They identify with the Tesla so much, they end up mental problem. But I know people like Srila Prabhupada, actually, I'm going through suffering. What can I do? Tolerate. Means I have a problem in my body, but I am not the body I know. That's why, Prabhuji, real thing, I'll tell you my beadbag bro. Everything is in the beadbag bro. Nothing else. Beadbag, Charanamrit, sadhana. Sadhana. To the extent you do, that much slowly, Sanir, Uparatam, slowly you'll come out of it. You'll come out of it. That the Prabhu said, Prabhuji Dukkhalam Shashvatam, I forget her name. Actually, she recovered, by the way. The girl recovered. She recovered, cured from cancer. So, one time, I'll not tell, one of the brahmachari's father is dying. This lady came. No, he will live. He will live. We should try. He's already 75-year-old. And that father doesn't want to go. Fear. It is not his story, it's our story. He doesn't want to go. Why? We are all soul right, comfortable. No, Prabhu, that day, don't know where we are going. I have a question for all of you. Open the door and jump. I will not. Who will jump? This is more important than production support. Open the door, jump. I will not jump. Because I am this body. You will hold on to it. That's a real thing. That day will be tested. It's not easy though, for me also. But if you say yes, I have full, actually then phone call. You are under Krishna's control. Krishna is waiting for you. Don't worry, leave. Prabhupada, every word is golden. Purity is the force. Books are the basis. Utility is the principle. Time is essence. You put $1 million in the bank and you watch, it's useless. It is ashes. Put it for Krishna today. That is a true utility. But to the extent you are bodily conscious, that much you will not touch it. Whenever I would go through misery, I would open those days passbook. 4,000, 12,000. Then one day I thought, Citibank is enjoying the $650 billion because we all have fear. I am eating only 2 chapatis. No, doesn't work like that. Nothing will happen to you. Let me tell you, you join full time today, nothing will happen. Krishna will take care of you. All you have to do is convince your mind. But you need grace. Every time I want to join full time, I would envision one big, what is that, bay, I cannot jump. But one day, after meeting my spiritual master, I closed my eyes, I can jump. It didn't happen 2 years before. Every time I try, mind says, you cannot do it, you cannot do it. You have so much lust, you have so much greed, so much. After that, yes, you can do it. So those brahmacharis were hesitant. Grace kripa nahi hai. And they're also not venturing for it. Nothing will happen, bro. Brooklyn, there are brahmacharinis. I worship them. Amazing. Nothing will happen. America has insurance. All you need is food and insurance, bro. That's it. Today, management will do arti to you instead of, because there is nobody. But we have so much fear. Fear because of bodily absorption. Means sutra. Sorry, it's late. Then no, yeah, hurry, still some more. Okay.
Rudy, I have follow-up question about one, which is Shukra. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Sudras are like my feet. There is actually no difference between the Lord's limbs, right? He said, Brahmanas are face or mouth, Kshatriyas are my, hand, and the Vaishyas are legs. So I wanted to just clarify my understanding about when Krishna refers to Sudras as his feet. It is the I mean, right now we identify with Sudras as a morally conscious, working for somebody. So it more or less feels like somewhat degraded, from Brahmana to Sudra. I'm just comparing the sentence with the other. But in Krishna's description, when the Lord body limbs are not different from each other, they're all transcendental. When Krishna is referring to Sudra, he's also not saying something that is degraded, right? Any society needs working class. So I just try to understand how we can really
Thank you.
understand it.
First, please forgive me if I have given that impression.
No, I'm
I also worked under somebody until very long time, until I joined full time. And in a body, I can't imagine my life without legs, And first thing is, these are the limbs of universal form, So you need liver, you need pancreas, you need head, all the limbs. Then only it's a system unit, So I'm sorry if I gave an impression. But the point is, according to Bhagavad Gita, whoever is in bodily consciousness is considered Shudra. Hello, Sambhava. Right? That's why, when ladies in the levels, somebody said this, Prabhupada wrote about this. Chandrasekhar Maharaj gave a nice class. Scripture, because we want to go back to Godhead. You want to go back to Godhead means, first thing, understand where you are. Then your progression is easy. Otherwise, you think you're in the 10th floor, but you're in the first floor, then the problem. So, reality check. So, rather than I just spoke based on Shastra. So one devotee says, I'm sick of being called Shudra by Prabhupada 10 times in a day. So probably he says that. So my point is, but again, for the system to function, operate, you need everything in proper position. I agree with that. First thing is accept reality. This is what it is. I am wearing Brahman thread, but I am also Shudra, Brahmabandhu. Simple. Means not Brahman. Further, Mahabharata is written. Yes, Krishna's limbs are transcendental, no doubt. But every person has a certain activity to do. And actually, Varnashram was given so that the society operates nicely. That's it. There is nothing wrong in that. But why society is in chaos, you tell me? There are no Brahmins. Prabhupada said even 1% Brahmins are there. What will change? Only 1%. Prabhupada did say 10%. Why so much unhappiness prevailing in the society? You make money, you'll be happy. You buy products, you'll be happy. If you see, all our basements are full. How many of you agree? But we are not happy. Did you see my hand is up? We are vacating 10-mile road. Sanatana Rajendra Prabhu said, Prabhuji, what is this? You are namesake brahmacharis only. Itna bhar gaya. What is this? And I told our residents that time, I see. What is this? People are asking. You have to set a good example. So my point is cleanliness. ISKCON temple, pure devotion service. Yesterday night I was speaking. What is our rating? 4 out of 10. So reality is different from class, Prabhu. True with Yugal Kishore Das also. I cannot jump myself from 2 to 10 overnight. The ignorance is there. So my point is, Kali Yuga, Brahmacharya ashrams are also not clean. There's a lot of accumulation. It's all fear. Fear means bodily consciousness. Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshitasya sadhapadasya paryospati. My point is, accept where somebody, actually one thing, it's an undeniable fact. By doing sadhana, you'll become Brahmanical. You are. So continue from where you are further. I have not come to Krishna consciousness to become Brahmana, let me tell you. I have come to Krishna consciousness, attain love of God, awake in the love of God. That's what I get.
Yes, so thank you. I just wanted to clarify and say that we are all work in progress. Wherever you are, continue invite bhakti.
That's it.
And continue according to your capacity, because there is coin word called Devi Varnashram Dharma also, right? According to our
No, that's why I said, I already told, I was telling Devi Varnashram means do it for the pleasure of Krishna. You're a carpenter, do it for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay. We'll finish it actually, I'm sorry.
Please excuse me, this question, Prabhuji. When we are trying to understand that there is no modes of material nature in spiritual world, it's only Bhagavad. So usually Varnashrama is based on discrete modes, right? But in spiritual world, is also like when we see that there are Brahmanas, Bijapatnis, then Vaishyas. So how do they have these categories for the Madhumangal always says that I am a Brahmana, son of Brahmana, like that. So how do we understand this?
In the spiritual world, Chandra, you want to say, speak something? Others not true? Devitirtha. I said Devitirtha. Actually, one time I asked, Prabhu, in the spiritual world, there is mind. The mind is different from this mind. Here, three modes work. There, that mind is spiritualized. So whatever is here is there also. But only that is used in Krishna's service. It is transcendental. Otherwise, what is that? It is not like just white paper there, No, there are also varieties there. Varieties there. Everything is there. But only thing, time doesn't destroy anything. But here time destroys. There, time doesn't destroy. You want to, in one lecture I heard, you want to drink, what is that, mango juice, you can keep on drinking mango juice only, no problem. So there also they are there. And why Parakiyas dress is there? Marriage is there. So these are there, but the only difference is they don't have the three modes. But they are under the influence of internal energy. So one person asked Srila Prabhupada, similar question in spiritual world, Prabhupada said, why don't you go there and see? I have a question actually, what is that? Everything is conscious. You put a chapati starts walking. Don't eat with it. So we cannot correlate, but of course, for sure, this is material mind. There, that's why so many regulations. But there, everything is definitely uniform because there is no exploitation. But these things are there. Madhumangal is there. What is her name? His mother? Purnamasi. And Gargamuni sages are there. Narada Muni is a sage. What is that? The different Kshatriyas are there. So, but then they're all like in universal work. That's what I can do. Right.
We'll just comment on the thought with similar question that Kishore was. I heard one Jamal Prabhu giving many years back, and he said in Gita Nagari, there was a devotee, and he had a swabhava of being a Brahmana, like, to teach and preach and everything, but they needed cow protection service. So the Kampasman said, no, you have to take care of the cows, this is transcendental, the laws of Krishna and attribute.
He stayed there for 1 year, 2 years, and then he said, "Now I want to go back to what I." He said, "No, no, no. This is also direct and service." And after 2 years, he gave up Krishna consciousness. So one more that I was hearing about in Mayapur from he was saying that initially, and I don't know the backstory. He said initially Prabhupada introduced pure devotion service, completely where it's only service to Krishna, and then he was seeing how devotees were struggling with their mind and their modes. He said then Prabhupada introduced Varnashrama so that from whatever situation they are, they can gradually use their propensities into Daivi Varnashrama.
Amazing.
Is that true? I don't know the timeline or the.
I don't know this, but one time I was discussing Garampo. Garampo made nice. Where he said this. Apad dharma, emergency situation. Okay, we are quote unquote Vaishnavas. So you will do any service. But if it is not your swabhava, you will not flourish. You're a Brahmana. Management, you will do it. But maybe little strength here and there, but you will not flourish there. It'll drain your energy. Whatever is your nature, carpentry, somebody on our temple itself, we can see some people are into construction, maintenance. If that is their nature, they flourish. If that is not your nature, you give me all the tools and do it. I may do it for 2-3 days, but I will not flourish because that is not my nature. You're understanding? So, Gauram Prabhu said, one of the drawbacks is many people are told to do because this is emergency, and later they're settled there. Nobody touches them. Hey, come back. Then their suffering happens. It's difficult. You'll do it because you're asked to do. Same thing, we are transcendental. No, it doesn't work. And you struggle. For you to flourish, you have to be in your nature. For example, you're Brahminical. Actually, I'll tell you, by seeing people, your counselor will know you. He knows your nature. Better, your mother knows your nature, parents actually. So one time Govind Prabhu came and did a seminar, that Sangha and all these things. That time he's telling food, water. That's where he brought mind has one nature, body has one nature. He brought it out that day. And this will influence, the food, water intake. They will influence your mind, they'll influence your body also. Body has one nature, mind has one nature. We should know that. And we should act accordingly. That's why, you should not go everywhere. Like, for example, you go to bar and restaurant. But somebody has a habit of drinking before coming to Krishna consciousness, they'll be immediately affected. Somebody had that habit, did not have that habit, they were not affected. So likewise, mind has one nature, body has one nature. Knowing and understanding your nature, you should go. But what is based on your swabha, you'll flourish. This is what Gauram Prabhu said. We will discuss. Brahmacharis are put into management. They will do it, but not for long.
The leaders should accordingly.
One should have a Kshatriya nature. Actually, I'll tell you, this is very interesting. Brahmana, Vaishya fights against insufficiency. You have a Vaishya nature. First thing, you'll go to kitchen first day itself. This is different. Prabhu, I'll do fundraising. Because he fights against insufficiency. In our temple also, we saw some people, they will fight against aggression. Are Mayavadi ko maro. So because there is nobody to fight. But you have to fight with somebody. Whenever Mayavad comes, Mayavad. So they fight, like, somebody is suffering, so management did not act with that person very well. This person comes to know, how can management do this? I have to fight. Kshatriya nature is coming out. Kshatriya fights against, injustice and aggression. Brahmana fights against ignorance. So same Mayavad, how Brahmana will act in the lecture. Mayavad is ism. You will not target a person. You will fight, you'll give your thing is pen and this speech. You will address the same problem by using a pen and by using the speech. Why? You fight against ignorance. You don't fight against ignorant. There's a difference between Kshatriya and Brahmana. Shudra fights against his impurities. His impurity is ignorance. He works to come out of that. So he has to simply do service. When he does service, then you will come out of it. Otherwise, you cannot come out of it. For somebody who is deeply absorbed in bodily platform, service is the best in the humble mode. And it's late. I'm sorry, it's Lord. We'll end it here. Thank you very much. And Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Amen.